right, let's start today. Is August 2nd. We're going to start with the um, daily chart on the SPX. As I stated yesterday, expected balance. That's kind of what we got. We still haven't hit the 100% fib. Um, with this 100 M moving average is acting as resistance as currently. We're kind of in a channel here. Kind of hit the top of it yesterday. So still not expecting much. Um, it's kind of status quo from yesterday a little bit. Maybe more balance. We'll have to see. Um, and let's check out the NDX. So we got it. As I stated, we have a channel right here, um, and we still haven't reached this consolidation high. So or the 100% fib retracement from the 617 low. So let's check out the NDX. Look at that real quick. NDX, a little different picture. We've moved past this consolidation. Now, what I did now is I changed my fib from the lows on 616. I keep seeing 617, so to 616 low. I did a fib now, so at the highs from yesterday. So comes out that a 50% retracement is right to this swing low, so that might be an important area if we pull back. But for now, we're kind of just again kind of balancing what I thought what would happen yesterday. Right now, we kind of touched, opened up at the 100 MA. We kind of it's kind of sitting on it here. A little different picture in the SPX. Um, so the other thing that what I looked at yesterday as well was the 10-year. So the 10-year broke this support. We're now at 2.5. So people are buying bonds. People, Fed, ECB buying bonds. Um, this is going to be again positive for equities. So the lower the yield, the more money people are going to put into equities. Got to keep that on watch because it's pretty much come from 3.4 all the way to 2.5. That's you have to keep that in your mind. So that's very important. So let's move over to the futures. Um, I'm going to show you. Let's just look at the volume. How we got pre-market right now. Right now we're about 100% volume, which is pretty good for the overnight in the ES. I look at crude as well. Crude's pretty strong volume as well. Well, I would say normal volume for the last 20 days, which is good. We got actually a good range in overnight in the ES. Um, so let's look at the market profile with all my levels. Give me one sec while I pull that up. All right, so this is the ES. So obviously we are we opened overnight and basically drove down lower, um, breaking the RTH lows. Kind of came down to the last RTH. Didn't come quite. This green box is my demand zone. We kind of bounced up out of it, right? So we have some excess at the bottom. All this is leading, really what I'm looking at is balance. So now we're back into the range of yesterday's RTH session. We made a low, came back up. We're about at the overnight halfback or mid. Um, Kind of status quo, right? So what I'm looking for today really would be more balance. Um, so just looking at this overall, this is the structure. So we're kind of in a range, you know, from here to here right now. That's the range. That's the range we're planning right now. So I'll go more into depth about what I think might could happen today with some scenarios in a little bit. We can look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq looks a little different because we made a high yesterday. Um, However, I still believe it's balance. Um, so right now in the Nasdaq, also we came down, um, found some buyers here. Actually broke yesterday's lows, um, and now we're kind of balancing over here. So this is a little different, but I feel like we're still going to balance. This is still waiting on jobs numbers or something, maybe on Friday, the non-farm payrolls. Um, One chart that I wanted to um, introduce here that I like really looking at uh, is my this kind of gives you a macro view of the ES here. I kind of really like this chart. Um, Gives me like a good quick view of what we've done each week and what we've done each month, and then what we've done for the last year and year to date. And I'll point all those levels out to you so I can show. Um, so each one of these outlines here are monthly profiles. So that's for the month. Okay. Each blue is the week. Each blue profile is for the week. Okay. The big orange hot heat map composite profile, that is for a year ago from today. It's for the last year. Okay. Now the white profile inside of that is for 2022. Okay. So the most traded price of the last year is about 4,500. The most traded price for this year is 4120. Okay. Now, very important, if you notice that we just moved recently, just now, this most traded price to 4120. It was formerly up here. So anytime that we have the most traded price of the year, that's going to act as a wall. It's going to act as just really hard to move out of it. Okay, so that's why we're balancing here. ES came up to this node. It's called a high volume node, and we kind of just like, you know, there's a lot of people who transact here, right? So it's going to cause the market to slow down. We made a move, an impulsive move up right to the node, and now it's the most traded price of the year. Just how it works. So big nodes slow down the market. The lower the volume here, there's not much support or resistance there. So there's a lot of support and resistance at these levels, so that's why they cause the market to slow down. So we can see here that we've made a weekly low, or one time framing, another weekly low, a higher low, and another weekly higher low. Okay, so you can see that also last month was inside the previous month. Okay, just by the profiles, by the white outline. Okay, so this is, we basically come from the lows and we kind of just like chugged our way up. We're still inside. What is this? That would be June. So we're still inside June's monthly. Still inside June's monthly profile. So yes, I think we're going to coil here. And yes, can we go higher from here and lower? Yes, that's what you do from balance. So we're going to balance and we're going to make a move up or a move lower. Don't know yet what we're going to do, but that's what we're doing. So just wanted to show you that. I mean, I can show you also the Nasdaq. It's a little different, but you can see higher low, higher low, higher low, and now, you know, here we're just building value out. I mean, it's not the same picture, the ES, but you get the point. I just wanted to show you how this nice macro chart. You got monthly, weeklies. In each candle, obviously, I have them as 4-hour candles, and you can see the most traded price. The pink, hot pink, it would be the most traded price of this year, and the orange heat map is for the year to date, not the year. I'm sorry, for the last year. And so lastly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go to we'll go to the futures charts. Just give me 1 second here. And just what I'm looking at, like I said, I have the same profile here year to date. So we have the hot pink. So now that became the most traded price of the year. So basically, really quickly, we came in here and we kind of like popping in this demand zone here. Um, so not as many key levels today, I would say. Um, yes, we found buyers here in this demand zone. I really don't see much, but I will. Um, we got this big channel going on here, like I showed you earlier in the SPX. Nasdaq also has this big channel, right? This kind of made a head and shoulders, kind of broke this level. I was looking at a level yesterday. It was 860. It kind of broke that level overnight. So, I mean, as I'm speaking here, there is a resistance level there now that could get broken. Um, I like to plot these levels because they kind of show weak hands overnight. You're getting quick trades, um, but so we got a supply zone here now. Found sellers here, so there's overhead supply here. Um, so expect imbalance, but to get more granular into what I'm seeing in the market profile, go to my zoomed in charts here and show you what I'm looking at here. So what I'm seeing is balance. Okay, so we have balance, very clear, very clear balance. Okay, however, big on value, right? So on this composite little profile here that I plot, that automatically plots from where we have a value area low, value area high for the week, for the last week, right? Most traded price is here, 41.20 for the last 5 days. Okay, so we're here right now. That's where we're at. Price is right here, right? So we're in value for the last 5 days. That doesn't really tell you much. I mean, what it tells you is we're going to probably chop around here. That's what it really tells you. Okay, so overall today, I think we chop. More chop, more chop today. Okay, until we break this demand zone, until we break this supply zone. I mean, I'm thinking we chop. Again, nothing's ever cut and set in stone, but it's a chop. Okay, but what I will tell you is for intraday trades on the ES, we're 100% net short. So we opened here and we drove down, right? So pretty much everybody overnight is short. Only caveat to that is that we've already kind of retraced some of this move. Okay, so that kind of takes some of the shine off of doing maybe a fade off the bottoms, off the lows, getting long, because now we're kind of creeping back into the day. Okay, but what's important is this level. Okay, because this now would be considered a weak high. Okay, because we got the most traded price of yesterday right here. The most traded price of the last week is here, and we have overnight highs here. Okay, so everyone pretty much here is short. They're all shorts here. So what's gonna happen if we come up, push here, hold it, hold it, and we go here? That's gonna cause shorts to cover. Most likely we'll go back to the highs, hit supply right here, and we'll probably find some sellers again here to rotate back. That's what should happen. Does that mean it will happen? Doesn't mean it will happen. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for. So if we're opening here now, Okay, like I said, we kind of like we was gonna gap down. Now we're not. We found buyers, right? So we really need to see this level. 4120 is the key level. If we can pop over it, hold it, pull back, I would like to be long to the highs because you're gonna get shorts covering from yesterday and overnight. It's just how the market works. As far as the Nasdaq goes, let's see here. We got Nasdaq's a little weaker. We're at the lows of yesterday right now, and the same kind of deal. Let's just show it here. We got value area low for the week, value area high for the week, most traded price of the last week. Where are we right now? We're at the most traded price of the last week. That is balance. You can't get any more balance. Most people have transacted at 128.60. So that tells me we're right in the middle of value. We're going to chop. Okay? However, we are also, again, we are also 100% net short overnight. The Nasdaq is a little lower in its range as compared to the ES. So this possibly could have, you possibly could get a fade off the open. Okay? Same deal. Most traded price of yesterday, right? Highest volume here, right? Well, everybody is short here. Everybody is short from the overnight highs, right? If we open, come up, come up, push up, push up, come here, and we go, we're gonna again we're gonna cause a little bit of a short squeeze. We should go to the highs. Normally these two work in tandem, so that could be what would happen. I kind of think that will happen just because we're in the middle of value. Doesn't guarantee it, but that's kind of where we're kind of shaping up. Um, uh, could we fall? We could, but I don't see that right now. I think the market's waiting for information. Um, you know, Now, I mean, if we're going to talk about a bear case scenario, I mean, we're here. What could happen in the bear case on the ES and back to the ES? We could come up here, okay? We could come up here, try to come up here, come down. We can't make that if the market gets weak, okay? The only level that I'm looking at is these lows here. Because now we have longs here and longs here. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to liquidate their positions if we come down here. I don't know if that happens, but that would be the bear case, okay? Because you kind of have almost a weak low here. I'm not sure if that happens, but this 4120 is very key, okay? Very key level. So that's really what I have my eye on today. Can't get above it. We go below it. We hang out below it. Like we're going back to the lows. Do I think we break them? I don't know. But if we do, we're going to fall farther. But overall, I say chop. So hopefully this video helps somebody. You have any questions, let me know. I'm trying to get better at this. So hopefully this is making sense. I'm going to keep doing this. It helps myself. So that's it.